Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mary and here we talk all things houseplants with a bit more emphasis in hoyas. Today's video is a video which is a part of the mini hoya series that I've started creating, and today you may have seen from the title already, but we're gonna talk about really peculiar hoyas, or hoyas that many people don't even realize it's hoya. So in general, I'm not gonna go through on what is a hoya. Hoya is a genus of plants containing more than 500 species. So if you want a few more details on what is hoya in general, you can just, Google it. Wikipedia is your friend in this case. I'm gonna show you 8 of my most peculiar, if I can say that, hoyas that I have in my collection. Apparently today we're gonna talk leaves. So when you see a hoya, when you see first time a plant, you may not realize immediately that this is a hoya. You may be thinking, okay, what is that? I know, for example, hoya carnosa, I know hoya lacunosa. This doesn't seem like a hoya. And in reality, I know many people think that hoyas look like bay leaf shape. This cannot be further from the truth, and we're gonna see about it today. So without further ado, let's start with the first one on the list. So the first one on the list is Hoya chinghungensis. And this is my Hoya chinghungensis. Let me do a close-up so you can have a better view of the leaves. So Hoya chinghungensis is native to China, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam. As you can see, it likes to be hanging, it likes to be trailing. I have tried to make a sort of mix and match, like half trellis, half trail. I do have this one for a year and a half, I would say, roughly, and I would consider it a quite easy plant to grow. The leaves are velvety on the touch, and normally they are like, they have this dark green color, you can see here. For my plant in particular, and by the way, you see, as usual, very small pot, but for this plant in particular, I have recently noticed some root rot. So I'm not sure how the plant is holding without any roots that I can see here. If you take a look, you will only see one root here. So the water was quite murky before, and I will most probably need to restart this plant. I'm not overly worried. It's an easy plant. It's an easy plant to restart, easy plant to take care. By the way, I may do a second video showing you how I do restart a plant. This can be a very good example because it's a small leaf, and usually a few people, including myself, struggle with small leaf hoyas. This is the exception, I would say. It's quite easy in general, so yeah. Anyway, so first one is this. Many people put under the same category, let's say, Hoya chinghungensis, Hoya tenchongensis, and Hoya serpens. They do have similarities in the sense that they have very small leaves. But I would say that apparently, okay, they are different species, and they're not that similar. And Hoya tenchongensis, in example, has a slightly rounder leaf, similar more to Hoya serpens. Hoya chinghungensis, this one, as you can see, the leaf has a more pointy edge, or it's more like triangular, if I can say that, like more like heart leaf in a sense. So this was the first one, Hoya chinghungensis, quite uncommon in terms of leaf shape and size, but still a Hoya. Number 2 on the list, Hoya engleriana, or, to be honest with you, I am pretty sure that this is Hoya species affinity engleriana, not the original one. We will go through this in a bit. So, Hoya engleriana, I'm holding this as a Hoya engleriana, although I'm not sure if it is. Anyway, let's assume it is. Hoya engleriana in general has nice looking leaves, very small ones, you see. It does have some similarities with chinghungensis. Actually, you know what? No, I don't really think that. Hoya chinghungensis has velvety leaves. This one I see has a bit more shinier leaves. They are much more elongated as well. I mean, yes, okay, it has small leaves. Yes, this is something that they have in common. But I would not say that I can spot any other similarities. So I did buy this one as a Hoya engleriana. And then when I started researching about this a little bit, I found a video from Vermont Hoyas, Doug Chamberlain, who is a Hoya guru. Technically the guy is a master in Hoyas. And look him up, by the way. So he did mention about Hoya engleriana, that is a very, very hard Hoya in general to maintain, not only to flower. And he was saying in this video, if I remember correctly, that he had an affinity engleriana which is almost identical, and an engleriana. Affinity engleriana grew very well. Engleriana was very hard to grow, and also it required cooler temperatures compared to the affinity one. So this one has not yet bloomed for me, and let me tell you why I'm saying that. I got this recently, last March, so half a year ago. And when I got it, I'm not sure if I have a video or if I have a photo. I will try to find and post something when I first got it, how it was. And you can see now the size. It is big. It is a big girl. I do have it in semi-hydro in Pafcal since almost the beginning, and I have realized that since it's growing so fast and so much, most probably it's not the original engleriana, but it's the species affinity. The only way to actually understand, because I do not have the original or I do not have the affinity, I'm not sure which one of the two is this one, is to wait for it to flower. So engleriana's signature, let's say, is that it produces only 4 flowers per peduncle. Affinity engleriana, which most probably is this one, produces more flowers. By the way, the flowers are similar to Hoya bella, so very nice, very cute. But I'm not sure, you know, like that's actually the only way to say if you have the engleriana or the affinity engleriana, besides the fact that usually whoever has engleriana may struggle a little bit more. So anyway, okay, I will still say it's engleriana because this is how I bought it as, and I'm just waiting patiently for her to bloom and then make sure whether it's the affinity one or the original engleriana. But yeah, this is a very unique looking Hoya, very, very interesting leaves. And let me do again a close-up. I'm not sure if you can see that the leaves are not really pubescent, they're a bit shiny. Very nice, very small size, and very delicate, I would say. They look quite delicate, but indeed they're quite sturdy. I mean, this Hoya started with root mealybugs It got over them at no time. It did not fuss during the mealybug infestation. I had no issues in general. Now, okay, it's thriving in Pafcal. And let me see if I can also see the root system on this one. I cannot see any bigger, well, I can see a few roots on this side, but nothing crazy that I will be able to show you. And still no roots under the pot, so apparently it still has a lot of room to grow. Third one in the list, Hoya curtisii. And let me show you mine. This is my Hoya curtisii as it is right now. And I know you're gonna say I'm only showing you small-leaved Hoyas. Okay, not all on the list are small-leaved. We happen to start with the small-leaved ones. But yes, Hoya curtisii is a strange one, I would say. It originates, actually you can find it in Thailand, Malaysia, Borneo, Philippines, quite a few different places around Southeast Asia. It loves to be hanging, trailing apparently, and because it is a creeping plant, it's an epiphyte, okay, as most Hoyas, but it also likes a broader container, let's say, because it likes to grow roots and just grow horizontally. Serpens is similar, by the way, in that aspect. So it can sun stress and it gets a very nice hue, and I'm gonna show you a close-up on the leaves here, so you see they have something like a natural, if the camera ever focuses, okay, you will see some sulfur residue, but still. So I love the flowers of Hoya curtisii. They're very unique to me, and given the fact that it also has these very strange heart-shaped leaves, it makes it one of my favorite Hoyas. I have to say that I have been struggling with curtisii quite a bit. This is my third one. I had bought another one like 3 years ago, another one last year I think, and this is the third one that it's finally showing some signs of growth and not dying on me. Curtisii, have in mind that it does not like too much water. I have this as it came. It came in a sort of soil situation, but because it has so many plants inside, I'm not sure how many, because as I said, it's a creeping Hoya, so once it establishes, it will then start to grow the vines, and the vines will grow roots inside the container. That's why you also need a broader container. So I'm not sure, it is in a sort of soil situation. I do have it in my bathroom for the time being, and it seems like it's liking it. I do not have it under bright light. I don't care about sun stressing at the moment. I do care about me not being stressing and me not killing the plant. So she does like humidity a lot, but not wet roots. So because she's in a medium that I'm not really familiar with when it comes to Hoyas, I'm trying to keep her as happy as possible. I have taken cuttings quite recently because I wasn't sure if she will die on me or not. Apparently nothing is happening, she's okay, and actually yes, I do have new growth right now. So she goes okay. She is a bit of a diva, at least for me. I don't have that many Hoyas that I have bought and then rebought and then killed again and bought once more. This is one of the two. Yeah, this is one of the two for sure. So it's okay, it's very sensitive to overwatering, so make sure that you do not overwater. I don't know if it would fit well in a terrarium, to be honest. This is one of the things that I'm thinking to try next on her or on the cuttings that I have taken from the mother plant. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting plant. It's quite easy to find. I think most of the big box stores you can find right now, nowadays. One tip just for curtisii, you can pin down the vines as they grow in order to promote more growth inside your container, and they can like grow the roots vertically. That's about it. Hoya curtisii, quite different, a bit peculiar looking, not your average, let's say, Hoya, but quite nice. Alright, next one, Hoya imbricata. Hoya imbricata is this one, and I don't really want to talk that much about Hoya imbricata. I had previously made a video of how to trellis Hoya imbricata. I will be saying that it's quite different because, well, okay, it is a Hoya that I revisit often and I talk about it a lot because I really like it. It is a myrmecophytic Hoya. Please check the previous video to see a few more details about Hoya imbricata, but it's the only singling Hoya. It has this amazing tendency to form domacia, to form like chambers and then just try and climb, and if you have it in a log like here or something that can climb, it can attach, the leaves will be attaching on the surface. So instead of closing, you can have nice broad leaves. This one is my yellow one. I think it comes in quite a few different variations. I have the yellow one, I have the red one, and there is also a green one. Imbricata green is a little bit different because here you can see that we have naturally some white spots like splash on the leaves. The green version is completely green, but exactly the same and similar to how it grows, this one. Very different than your average Hoya, very unique. It's the only Hoya that is the singling Hoya, as it's called, and I don't know, personally one of my favorites. Actually, this is I think my yellow one. I have the red one as well, and I have ordered and I'm planning to put this in a sort of self-made terrarium. I haven't received the equipment yet in order to prepare this for that, but let's see. Right now I have here in my huge propagation box this. I kept it during summertime or when I was on my holidays because I wanted to maintain the humidity, and so far it seems like it's working and it's liking in there because I have quite a few new growth, and that's why I'm planning to put it in a sort of a cylindrical terrarium. So let's see, I may do a video when I transfer her to the terrarium. I will probably make a short one, yes, so you will be able to see this. Okay, so the next one in my list of the most peculiar Hoyas in my collection is a disgrace of a plant. This is my disclaimer, okay? So yeah, it is my Hoya insularis. So that's my Hoya insularis, or what remained of it. Okay, normally I think I have a video or a photo probably of how it was when I got it. It's a very, very different looking Hoya. You see right now that it has very prolonged leaves in a sense. long ones, like not exactly needle-like, but very, very different to the normal Hoya that you may see. This one is on sulfur treatment. She does not have flat mites, or at least not on the 2 leaves that are left and that I can see. I'm not sure what's happening. Sulfur treatment was my last resort before trussing her in the bin. And because when I got it, it was a like full plant. It had dry rot, it had extreme dry rot, so I didn't see it on time, because when I first got it, the plant looked quite nice. It's one of the Hoyas that decline very fast, very easily. So yes, that's what I have left right now. I have this for a while, but nothing happens. So I could not spot any flat mites with my microscope, so I'm like, okay, never mind, screw that, I'm just gonna put some sulfur on and see what's happening. Anyway, so if you do Google Hoya insularis, it's a very, very nice Hoya in general. It comes from Borneo. It does like to be dried out in between waterings, or at least this is what they say. I don't know if this was the issue with this one. I mean, I do have hair in semi-hydro almost since I first got here, but this is not the case right now because I have checked the roots and they are okay. So anyway, Hoya insularis was discovered in 1908 and was named, let me check my notes because I can never remember this, Anatropanthus burnensis. So anyway, it was confirmed to be a Hoya in 2020, so quite late, I would have to say. Very nice Hoya. I don't think it's easy one to find. So if you are a new collector or an inexperienced Hoya collector or grower, I would suggest, and I'm talking from personal experience because I got mine in a quite hefty price and I did not manage to keep her alive. I would say maybe unless you are well seasoned in Hoyas, don't buy her just yet. Wait, make yourself a bit more comfortable, and then you can get one if you want and you like this peculiar looking Hoya. For the next Hoya that I'm gonna show you, I was really struggling in between two. One that I wanted to show was the Carnosa compacta, which is indeed very, very strange looking. But because many people do know, like whoever deals with Hoyas or whoever has even, I don't know, 3 Hoyas, they do know Carnosa compacta or Carnosa compacta variegated. It's not so, it is peculiar looking for sure, but it's not so uncommon, let's say. So most probably like 99% you had seen it before. So I have decided to talk about the square leaf Hoya, and this is Hoya rotundiflora. So this is my Hoya rotundiflora with, yeah, okay, she grows a little bit wide at the moment, but she's, I think, one of my favorite Hoyas in general. She has, guys, she has like literally square or rectangular shape leaves. This is the only Hoya that does that. And the funniest thing is actually the name. The species name is rotundiflora. Rotundiflora means round flowers or with round flowers. And indeed, Hoya rotundiflora's flowers are like a perfect circle. So this is a Hoya that has rectangular leaves but circular flowers, And to me, this is very unique. This is really one of a kind. I love the texture on the leaves. I'm not sure if the camera can get it. Let me try to do a close-up here. So you see the leaves are a little bit pubescent, but still have some texture on them. I would consider her a relatively easy grower. I do have, it was published in 2011 by the way, this one, so and originally it was sold as Hoya species square or something like that, or species square Thailand, I think. Okay, apparently you can understand why it was sold as such, and it was then discovered again rediscovered in Myanmar, so practically it's native to Myanmar and Thailand. In general, I don't have many bad things to say about it. It's one of my favorite Hoyas. In general, it's very strange looking. I find even stranger the fact that it's called rotundiflora, while the leaf shape is square or rectangular. I love the texture. It's a Hoya that it's a bit undervalued, I have to say. Not many people talk about it, and I do not like that because she's a very unique looking plant. And yeah, that's about it. Hoya rotundiflora. Okay, next one is a Hoya that I recently, like really recently, acquired. And this is because I managed to kill my previous one quite successfully last year. So I am going to show you my new acquisition, which is a Hoya linearis. And you can see it here. I mean, come on, like, be honest. If you didn't know about Hoyas that many things, and if you were not so familiar with them, would you even consider that this is a Hoya? Like, come on. So Hoya linearis apparently likes it hanging. This is my linearis mini curtain. She's not looking, actually no, she's looking quite okay right now, but when I first got her, I don't know if it was because she had to be acclimated or what was happening. She's in soil mix. Again, I'm not really familiar with Hoyas in soil. That's why the moment I got here, I took several cuttings. So I have a few cuttings growing in water, a few cuttings growing in Pafcal. I do not intend to kill this plant or buy another one. So yes, that's why I did that. Right now I do have here in this situation, Hoya linearis in general likes it a bit cooler. I am in a subtropical climate, so this is not always the case. But I do not have here anywhere close to grow lights where they can produce a little bit more heat. I only have here close to a natural light window, so I'm not sure what her future will be. Nevertheless, she's a very, very nice looking plant. Again, I will try to make a close-up here with whatever I can. So you see the small needle-like leaves. It does resemble, or it does look to me a little bit like insularis in a sense. Like the leaves, you see this one is half dried, for example. So yes, it does remind me a little bit of Hoya insularis in terms of the leaf shape, especially because Hoya insularis also has this, I'm not sure if you can see this indentation on the back of the leaf. Insularis has something similar. It's quite fuzzy, it's very nice. If you can find established plant, it's fine. If you cannot, in general, it is supposed to be easy to grow. The cuttings are supposed to be easy to take. That said, again, I had a relatively small linearis like 2 years ago. I did manage to kill her, so I cannot talk from experience. But in general, this is one of the plants that, I don't know, like you have to get in your collection. This is a must-have if you are into hoyas. It's so different than anything else, and it has this amazing shape, and it can grow and become a great plant in your collection. And the flowers. If you get it flower, this is brand new, so I cannot say about flowering this one yet. But yes, it's like the flowers are out of this world. So the 8th on my list is a hoya that's also called the butterfly hoya. You may have understood, I'm talking about Hoya manipurensis. Hoya manipurensis is native to Bhutan, Bangladesh, China, in Yunnan in particular, Myanmar, Thailand, India. It's a very well known hoya. It was first published in 1955. The big minus for me is that the flowers are very underwhelming. It does produce flowers that look like Diceria flowers, and this is why it was supposed, or it was like considered to be Diceria up until quite recently, but DNA tests and the botanists and all the specialists figured out that this is indeed a hoya and not Diceria. So, okay, I do like a lot the leaf shape. It's called the butterfly hoya for a reason. You can see the leaf here. Very unique and very different looking. It has also some light spotting, some splash. Mine not that much. It's a relatively new mine. I just got it like 2 months ago, 1 month ago, something like that. It's a brand new acquisition, but it already started producing new growth, as you can see. So yeah, I'm happy about it. But if you see an established plant, you will understand the beauty of it. It's quite different, a very peculiar leaf shape, and quite nice in general. And normally, since this is a list of 8 hoyas, I would not have a 9th one, but I have to talk about a guest star, and this is Hoya retusa, or the grass-leaved hoya as it's called. As you can see, I'm not gonna show you any Hoya retusa because I do not have one anymore. I did kill my plant quite easily, quite quickly, and I honestly don't know why. Anyway, I do have a few videos that I made a few years back when I first got the plant with how to propagate retusa. I knew since the beginning that this is a peculiar one. I love it. People either love or hate retusa. I personally love it. I think it's one of the most unique looking and beautiful plants out there in general, not only when it comes to hoyas. That said, the one I got, I tried to propagate with different methods, with different mediums. I realized she does not like pon for me. So yeah, there goes that, no pon for her. And anyway, after like taking cuttings and other cuttings and cuttings after cuttings, I managed to kill everything. The last one that I had, which was not at the best shape, when I came back from holidays, from vacations this summer, was in Hoya heaven. So yeah, there's that. But if you do like peculiar Hoyas, this is one to get for sure. I mean, I will most probably try one more time with her if not more, I don't know, I cannot promise, but yes. So Hoya retusa, check her out, she's quite nice, very interesting, very unique looking, with these small needle-like leaves. And that was the guest star. So that was the list, that was the video for today, 8 of the most peculiar Hoyas that I have in my collection. I hope you liked it, and please guys tell me in the comments what is the most unique looking Hoya you have. By the way, do you happen to have a Spartioides? Anyway everyone, thank you for watching and see you all next time.